What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Senseonics, ticker symbol SENS. They just released some pretty breaking news that we definitely need to cover. They just received a patent for one of their new inventions. So we're going to go over exactly what this is and how it could affect the share price of Senseonics going forward. Now, this is also 2 days before Senseonics is scheduled to report their earnings. So we're going to go over all of the possibilities of what could happen with Senseonics earnings coming up, and I'm going to give some price targets that correspond with those different possibilities. So before we get into all of that information, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So taking a look at the chart of Senseonics, we can see that it had a massive sell-off when the overall market was correcting. Now, a lot of people were afraid of inflation, and we saw the 10-year Treasury rates rising. Now, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say in these videos are financial advice, but the dip on Senseonics right now is very attractive. The high of Senseonics is in the mid fives, and the stock is currently trading in the $3.50 range. So if you don't already have a Senseonics position, or you are looking at adding to your position, this could be a great time to do so. Now let's take a look at this patent for Senseonics. So coming over here, we can see that Senseonics was awarded U.S. patent 10,932,703 integrated optical filter system with low sensitivity to high angle of incidence light for an analyte sensor. Now this is the only thing that we have in this article. This headline article is meant to show you why a stock is moving, but I've been able to find some more information about this patent that could really benefit us as shareholders. So coming over here, this is the integrated optical filter system with low sensitivity to high angle of incidence light for an analyte sensor. So this is the actual patent information. So coming over here, apparatuses and methods for improving the accuracy of an analyte sensor are disclosed. The sensor may include a photodetector and a low angle sensitive optical filter. The photodetector may be configured to convert received light into current indicative of the intensity of the received light. The LAS optical filter may be configured to prevent light having a wavelength. So this abstract doesn't really tell us what this is for. Now, the classifications for this patent: measuring characteristics of blood in vivo, gas concentration, pH value, measuring characteristics of body fluids or tissues. That is exactly what Senseonics is doing. Now, coming down a little bit further, we can see the background in the field of invention. So the present invention relates generally to an optical filtering system in a sensor configured to detect analyte within a medium within a living animal. The present invention also relates to optical filtering system having low sensitivity to high angle of incidence light. Now, again, the background just kind of gives you some more scientific information about this patent, but when you come down to the summary of this patent, this is where we figure out exactly why Senseonics has patented this device. So here, the present invention overcomes the disadvantages of prior systems by providing, among other advantages, a low-angle sensitive optical filter to reduce the transmission of light having high angles of incidence in the photodetector. That is, the LAS optical filter may have a transmission efficiency that is dependent on angle of incidence, such that the transmission efficiency of the LAS optical filter decreases as the angle of incidence increases. In addition, the LAS optical filter may be configured to prevent light having a wavelength outside a band pass region from reaching the photodetector, and to pass light having wavelength within the band pass contrast region to the photo detectors. So I'm not a scientific expert, but it seems like what this invention is able to do is it's going to be able to make the Senseonics eversense products more efficient at what they do. So one aspect of the invention may provide a sensor for measurement of an analyte in a medium within a living animal. That is what the eversense is. It's a continuous glucose monitoring system that is surgically implanted into the individual who has diabetes. So this is pretty good news, and we did see in pre-market trading today that Senseonics was up around 8% when I last looked at it, but it did sell off throughout the trading day today. But I think we could still see a significant run-up for a couple of reasons. Now, coming over here, we can see that Senseonics is going to be having their fourth quarter and full year 2020 earnings release and conference call on March 4th, 2021 at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are a Senseonics investor, this conference call is definitely something that you need to tune into. They are going to give a lot of information and insight into their business practices and the forward-looking statements. Now, the EPS and revenue numbers are going to hold some weight in the current market environment, and if they do miss the estimates, we could see a sell-off. But for a long-term investor, what the executives in the conference call say is more important, in my opinion, for the long term. If we hear them mention anything about the 365-day eversense that they are working on creating and what the timetable is for that release, that is going to be very bullish. I hope we get to see them talk about their new Ascensia partnership and how the distribution has been going in Europe. Coming over here, we can see that Senseonics announced the initiation of commercial efforts by partner Ascensia Diabetes Care, and in Europe, they are already distributing the 180-day eversense. Now, this 180-day eversense continuous glucose monitoring system is currently pending FDA approval in the United States. I've heard estimates say that the FDA could approve in March, and I've also heard estimates as late as August. So it is going to take some time for the FDA to approve the eversense XL, the 180-day model, because of all the delays that they have been facing with all of the new devices trying to get FDA approval to help out with the pandemic. Now, we could see a big earnings miss for Senseonics. I'm hoping this does not happen, but the reason for this is that since the continuous glucose monitoring systems need to be surgically implanted throughout 2020, this wasn't really considered a necessary medical procedure. So a lot of people were not getting this eversense. So their distribution has kind of been stifled, but in the UK, they have started their commercial efforts. So I think what's going to happen is they might have a pretty bad EPS and revenue numbers, or they could beat. We don't really know at the current time what the analysts are expecting and what Senseonics is going to put out. But if they do beat, that is going to be a very good sign because I am predicting very good guidance for this company. Now, if they do beat and they offer great guidance, I could see this company going back towards all-time highs by the middle of Q2 2021. Now, it could happen sooner, but I'm thinking that 550 range, the all-time high, is going to be a very important level if they do beat. So coming back to the chart, we can see that this is a massive increase from the current price, but since Senseonics is a hyper-growth stock, it could do anything. It could go up 20, 30, 40% in a day. We don't really know what's going to happen, but it can also fall that much. Now, if they do miss on their EPS and offer good guidance, I believe that we are going to see a short-term pullback, and you are going to have to decide as a Senseonics shareholder if you want to hold and buy more and continue with your strategy on Senseonics. But if you are not thinking that you are going to be riding out this dip, it might just be better to sell now before the stock does dip if they miss their earnings. Now, in my opinion, it would be smart to hold this company for the long term. We've seen their competitor Dexcom and how Senseonics competes, and this stock could be a really great pick for the long term. But it all comes down with what you are comfortable with doing and the risks you are willing to take in your portfolio. So that is going to be it for this update on Senseonics. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks. learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a really profitable day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.